Garcia's rocking a 10th Planet rash guard. Maybe he is representing 10th Planet today. I'm not 100% positive.
Yeah, I was looking at that as I was reading my sheet here and then seeing the rash guard. But either way, here we go. Getting the action started. Both these guys looking like they have really great positional awareness on the feet. And what I mean by that is when they reach, you know, they're not extending their legs. When someone sits to pull or someone reaches for a leg, they're immediately responding. And we see that reshot in on the blast double there from Anthony Paredes. Really great timing on the feet from both these guys so far.
Paredes using some feints. Good head movement, which you don't always see.
Double leg attempt right there.
Garcia looks like he's hunting in there for an arm drag, perhaps. He's made several attempts at it.
And on a really deep single leg there.
Our ref PJ's getting his cardio in. Nice little Uchimata.
Immediately into some rubber guard we're seeing here from from Johnathan Garcia. See him bringing his right leg up and over the back of the neck. He has his left arm securing that in, switches it off to the right hand because now his left hand can go to that wrist, right, to that near side arm. He can pop it in for triangles.
He might try to set a meat hook up with that right hand. He's playing from that New Jersey position. Paredes is slowly inching his way towards his right. Try to clear Garcia's left knee.
Yeah, as Paredes walks further to the right, that's going to be a much stronger position for him, right? He's trying to step over the leg, but we're seeing Garcia do a great job keeping the butterfly hook in. So when his left foot is in and so active like that, it makes it very difficult for Paredes to step all the way over. It also really puts him in danger because if Paredes commits too hard to the right, he can get butterfly swept, right?
And we saw Garcia just a second ago make a motion to pull his right foot in front of Paredes' face and maybe try to set up some type of go-go attack or omoplata. Paredes has none of it.
Wow, so he does get over the leg, but it looked for a second there like Garcia was going to try to buggy choke him.
It did.
Like he almost baited the pass, right? He baited the pass, but that is the trouble with those kinds of situations is it can also it can also get you smashed, but I think we are going to see the buggy choke here. It's just a matter of if he's going to be able to finish.
He's got it locked in. He's going to try to adjust. Paredes' right arm is deep into Garcia's neck right here.
He is definitely keeping a lot of pressure
keeping him
on
alive
his head
right now.
It's hard, though, because typically with the buggy choke, you actually want to posture up, right? The further you go into your opponent, the deeper you're making the choke. But you're right, his forearm was keeping him just safe enough. They're also right on the edge of the mat. The buggy choke gets released. We'll see if there's a reset here, most likely.
Our ref is doing the classic jiu-jitsu pat the body, make sure you have the position down. You transfer it to your brain through your hands. You reset them, repat, you're good.
Everybody always, though, whenever you get resets, always tries to get your hand position just a little bit better than last time.
If you're not doing the pat, I don't trust you on the reset. And Garcia looks like he's going to fish back up for that buggy.
It's interesting to me that Paredes hasn't switched his strategy to defend the buggy to posture up, but at the same time, whatever he's doing is working because he's doing just fine.
And Garcia's not taking the window if it all opens up to escape. He's just staying in there on the buggy.
Wow.
Paredes mounts.
Right into a kipping escape, though, is Garcia, and he hasn't quite relieved the mount pressure, but for a second there, it looked like he almost had him down on his thighs. But look at the pressure there from Paredes, driving the hips in, defending the kipping escape.
Good head control. Paredes has got that chin strap with his right hand, keeping Garcia from getting the extension that he's going to need to get to clear his Paredes' hips over his knee line.
This is not a great position for Garcia right here.
You can
It's extremely hard to get somebody off you like this. You're going to have to shake like a wet dog and expend a lot of energy, especially if he's keeping those legs in right there. Like, you're going to have to really get some movement, especially with the head, with his arm around his head right there. Turtle's the way to go, but I don't know how he's going to get out of this one.
Yeah, every time Garcia bends his knees, his legs, you can see Paredes keeps those hooks underneath.
He is. It's just kind of hard to finish in this position, too, for Paredes.
Yeah, I think he's going to look for the arm lock.
Head and arm right there.
Yeah, he does have the head and arm isolated on that side. If he uses his head to drive the arm in, that usually can help the finish, but it slips the arm out. Garcia just hanging on here.
Garcia wasn't across the body enough. He had to be just a bit more to the right. Oh,
and he steps up to mounted triangle.
A mounted triangle.
Doesn't quite have it locked, but he's reaching for the shin or the ankle so he can get the ankle deeper.
And Garcia pulls
out. Garcia did a great job of posturing up just enough to prevent the back of the knee going over the shin, right? It wasn't quite deep enough.
It looked like Paredes thought for a split second about switching off to the armbar instead of that triangle, and it gave Garcia just a slight window of opportunity to
And that's all you
defend.
need in this. You know, that split second is the difference between winning and losing right there. And if you didn't make a quick enough decision, sometimes it happens.
Both athletes starting to breathe heavy here.
Wow, big body lock here. Attempt, and he does get over into half guard. Not quite. He looked like he was going to jump over all the way. We see now a lockdown there from Garcia on bottom. Now, the lockdown won't always get you the score of the sweep, but typically it can prevent that big heavy pressure on the head, right? So even though it's not always an attacking position, it is for some people, but it doesn't have to be. It can prevent you from getting smashed or getting
30
submitted.
seconds.
But as I say that, right, he jumps right over. Wow, on the back now.
Take.
Look how Paredes uses his right foot as a hook on that top side leg so that you can't turn away. He kind of keeps it, bringing it towards you.
And I like that pinch on his right arm.
Yeah.
That Paredes is using. It really shuts down
Ten
muscle
seconds.
group when you pin that arm up like that. It makes it real hard to
That's something new I haven't seen before.
Yeah, it's something we've been. He's going to try to shove that behind his head, almost like at a Nelson.
Ooh.
Get a little shoulder lock.
Is it trying to get like a shoulder lock similar to like a Kimura?
Trying to go behind the head like this.
Really?
Like almost a Nelson style lock.
Okay.
It's been showing up a lot more from the back. The trick is some guys are just super flexible.
Yeah.
Some competitors can take it.
All right, we're going to go to a decision. Let's see what our judges feel about this match. Now, remember, this is a submission-only match, so usually, you know, things like takedowns, top-bottom exchanges, guard passes. It's not that they don't matter or factor in at all. It's just that they're secondary to the submission attempts.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give these two competitors one more round of applause. He is your winner, Anthony Paredes.
What I was going to say is a lot of times, too, when it comes down to it, if nobody's
And let's
really
hear one
getting
more
good
time for
positions, whoever
Johnathan
stays on top the
Garcia.
most is the one who's going to get it.
All right, guys, don't go anywhere. We have a combat jiu-jitsu match coming up, but first we're going to a quick commercial. We'll be right back.